Okay, there we go. We're live and we are doing our ink washes and getting things together. It's early in the morning. Well, it's about 11. It ain't that early, but it's a good time to start getting things in order. Let's see, where are we at? Good morning, Joker. How are you doing today? I was gonna be here like 8 in the morning, but I figured just let everyone kind of wake up and stuff, and you know, I gotta start my new set of 5 pages today, later tonight, but or later this afternoon. But right now, I need to get these ink washed, the pages from last night. But yeah. But how are you doing today, this morning? Yeah, you are. I'm glad you're doing good. That's what's up, man. I was actually up like a 5 in the morning, and so I need to get some things done. You had any dreams when you was asleep? If I did, I can't remember. I usually do, you know. I'm never weird. Some of them are like kind of reoccurring. It's always the same place, a certain place. But yeah, some dreams I'll have it like, or I feel like Oh, good morning, LeMay. How are you doing? For me, no dreams, just pitch black. Yeah, a few of my friends have said that before. They're like, I can't remember my dreams if I had them. Or sometimes they're like, you remember them and you just kind of forget. It's like you go through this big dream and then you forget all of it when you wake up. But you have some bits of pieces of the information in it, you know. I'm so goth, even my dreams are black too. Can it get any more blacker than that? No. Yeah, nightmares. I've had dreams where I know this sounds crazy. Like, you ever had a dream where you got in a fight in it, and it doesn't matter how much you wail and hit that person, it's like your hits aren't doing shit to him or her, whatever you're fighting, and you're just like, what the hell? And then when you slam your hands down, you realize you're laying in a bed. I've had a lot of those before. And the last one I remember was I was at a hot dog stand in Manhattan in the dream, and my it's funny I remember this. My roommate's dad had me watch the hot dog stand for him in Manhattan, and this is a dream, like I said. There was no one else in the street but this one guy. The streets were really clean, and I remember it was like kind of a gloomy day in the dream, and the guy was starting stuff with me, and I punched him in his face, and he was like, "Is that all you got?" And I'm like giving him all I had, and I was so frustrated. And then when I realized I was in bed, and that was crazy. Yeah, it's very futile, but it was I've even had somewhere you ever like you fall asleep but your eyes are like halfway open and the objects in the room change. You ever had that? Like I find that very strange. It's almost like it's like everything has like a skin on it, like a modded skin, like the lamp shade to your TV, all that stuff. So strange. I don't know if anyone else ever encountered anything like that. But yeah, we're up early. Last night I said, let's stream tomorrow, maybe, or let's try for it. Let's go for it. And here we are. Elevator dreams. You ever had elevator dreams? Um, Even dreams of flying. I had this dream, and I've had it multiple times, and I don't know if it is a dream. It feels like it, and it feels too real. It's like I can see the whole neighborhood, and I'm flying, but the higher I go to the sky, I get afraid. I'm afraid to go any higher. Like I feel like I'm gonna separate from my own body and to not wake up or something like that. You know, it feels like that feeling when you're in an elevator or going down a hill on a roller coaster. That uplifting kind of feeling. Um, but I remember one time I had a dream. I was getting chased by a killer. I died in the dream and woke up, but I was still sleepy. So I went back to sleep and dreamed about the kill to me. I had a dream from what I was listening to. I had a dream from what I was listening to made me more conscious of what I fall asleep to. Yeah, no, that is very important. So when you go to sleep, it is important to what you listen to because that stuff you take that all in when you crash out, go to sleep, and your body's still working and doing its thing while you're in a sleep state. So what you're listening to, like sounds or any kind of like program, that stuff can seep into your conscious, your subconscious, and and while you're sleeping, um, those things can have an effect on that. You know, have you ever had the dream where the bed flips on top of you? No, I've never had that. I had one where I was on the ceiling, like you know, where your face is on the ceiling, and it feels way too real. Like, what the fuck hell am I doing way up here? You know? And yeah, dreams are very strange. It's like what do they say? Dreams or even sleeping is like uh, something with the death. It's like the training part of death, or it's like it's death but not as intense. I have to read back into that. I never had a dream where my eyes was open, and yes, I had that elevator dream too. Yeah, those elevator dreams freak me out. I don't know. Like it's like and these elevators look very rickety, like very unstable. And I think one of the elevators is like it's kind of crazy. It was on the World Trade Center, and I went up on this thing, and it was just a platform, and there was a pole, and you had to keep your balance as this thing was going super high speed on its way up. And I don't know why I decided in the dream I decided to go up this thing like 5 times, and I was freaking myself out. I did not like that, and I don't know why I made that choice to do that. I was like almost like an autopilot at that point. Yeah, I believe that. They are portals to the subconscious mind in a way. Yeah, I can see that. You guys working on anything? Where you guys? I mean, it ain't like dumb early or nothing like that, but you know, Might need a little more water. The dream could be about you facing your fears, so that's why you kept going back. Possibly, yeah. Just say, well, I'm here. Let me do this thing. Interesting. I never thought of it like that. Doing homework. It's always fun. Feels like a weekend, but it's. I know it's not. It's not a weekend. But it feels like it. That's a funny thing. I got my credit card thing report, or they raised my credit, which is good. It's good. I mean, they gave me more credit. I mean, I can sit there and go ahead and get volume 2 now, but at the same time, I don't want to fuck myself on that. So I want to see how next week goes with the sales of the paintings and everything going on, and we'll see from there. And then we can go ahead and put that order in and get volume 2 physical copies together. It'd be great to get the physicals for volume 3 like back to back. But yeah, this volume 3 is going to be over like 300 pages. Um, this part of the story, everything happening in Under God, is going to be very crucial to what needs to go down, or what's going to go down in the universe. Let's see. I need some a little bit of water to water down my ink washes real quick. And I think, oh, there it is. Yeah. This part is juicy. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Like I want to get her all colored in, and also start putting the clouds in the back. But I'm gonna use like a gray ink to put the clouds in instead of using black. So we gotta water down our ink a little. And we should be good. It's not because of the horse's ass. Well, she's coming along. The ink washes really help bring out the depth of things, the depth of the drawing. And then you could add the screen tones over it if you want to push it further. It was funny. I was listening to a creator this morning, and in some way, I was listening to them, just hearing out what they were saying, and they said something to the effect that, you know, it's your. He said something about like, mm, I don't know how I want to get into this. That if you don't see yourself where you want to be, then somewhere you're kind of like failing at, like I know where I want to see this and all that stuff. I know where I want this to go, and just because I'm not doing it the way everyone else is doing it, is there something, I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of this right now. So it's like one of those where I don't know how I'm getting this, but like if you're a creator and you have opportunities, it's good to network and to build bridges and all that stuff. Uh, that's how we have creators support other creators in some ways, and but also it's one of those things, and I say yeah, that's cool and all, but not everyone has that way of thinking. Not everyone's like, you can be cool and stuff and be like, yeah, I'd like to be on that show, or it'd be cool to have that guy on my show or something like that, but it's not always that case. There could be some, you know anyways, the conclusion I come to is you'll build it and they will come. So it's like you build your own audience, make that happen, regardless if the community's not giving you, if they're not. I don't even know why I want to call it a community, really, but yeah. Let me just shut up for a second and get my head together. But yeah, yeah, that's like ink washes as well. It really can bring out the depth of stuff, and also you can shade, kind of almost shade with it if you dry it, kind of give it like a dry brush look, and then you can kind of just go in there and kind of feather in the ink wash to kind of like give that appearance, that so it's not overly wet. It's kind of like it's giving you like light shadows and stuff to work with. Mm, yeah. Mm. Yeah, people use people like means more like than people. Yeah. So I'm having fun just, doing these videos and putting out the work, I may not be as popular as some, but it's okay because I know through time, like the audience I have right now, I'm happy with, but I know it'll grow bigger from then, from there. We just need to stay consistent and be on here drawing. So, but again, tonight I'll be here again tonight with you guys, and we can catch up on 8:30 as well. But I'm not leaving right now, so got a little time. So I really want to work on these clouds in this background. Back to back angel. Yeah, I'll just stay in my lane and do what I gotta do. I ain't gonna worry about no one else anymore. And I came to that conclusion this morning. Outside the people that I mess with, that's it. Outside of that, I ain't too worried about it. Yes, we're gonna do some happy clouds. Yeah, those are coming in here in a second. I just gotta go ahead and give her little skin tone. I was gonna give her screen tones for her skin tones, but I'm gonna use a ink wash instead to kind of like lightly give her a tan. Hey y'all, good to catch this stream. What's going on, Medijin? How are you doing? Yeah, I'm up early, just knocking out pages, knocking out the 5 pages, and then I gotta start another set of 5 pages. I'm just doing my ink washes before I go ahead and start the next set of five. You guys won't hear about that too much, but through time, like little by little, everything's starting to grow, and that's cool. I don't mind. Uh, I don't mind. It's fine. I think I'd rather have it like that than having like a million people just show up at once. That indeed, yes. Ink washes and what else? screen tones as well. So that's got to be applied. There. That looks good on her. I like that. Hi, partner. Welcome to the stream. When you read this, read it in country accent. I'll I'll see where I'm at. Give me a minute. Go ahead and add her skin tones here. I can do her face real quick, and then we're good. Hiya, partner. I might have to do that later, Joker. I'm like, I'll. I'm just like, yeah. But it's glad to have. I'm glad to have you guys all here today, this morning. All right, we got to do some clouds. I was watching this thing on you guys ever heard of Brendan Fraser? He did the Mummy movies. I didn't know that guy was going through some depression. And then he did the movie The Whale. I'd like to watch that. I heard it was good. I'm like playing that in my head how to say that. Like, hi partner, welcome to the stream. When you read this, read it in a country accent. We're from Kansas. But let's say. But yeah, no, the whale. I'd like to see that movie. I think it. I don't know. It's like when an actor actually goes in a role where he was actually going through these things, like dealing with these things personally, and not talk about it. Because some of us, and a lot of us, we have problems, but we don't ever talk about it. We always keep it pinned up, and we don't share till the inevitable is to happen sometimes. So it's always good to talk to people if you need mental health help and all that stuff. Go find it. You know, and find the right people that'll sit there and help you through your crisis. It's nothing to joke about. So one show I like is Manben. If you guys ever get a chance to watch any Manben episodes, um, very inspiring, and they help too. And they're like one of those. They're like documents, documenting the artists and the whole process of creating manga and all that stuff. Um, I don't know. I find it very inspiring a lot of times watching Manben, and it makes me, because it's like one of those familiar things. It's like they go through this stuff, and you're thinking, man, am I going through this crap like this? But they also go through their own personal, struggles when it comes to creating some things, and some things are like restarted over. Like sometimes I'll start a page over again. Just got a voice message. I'll have to answer it after, 'cause, right now. You guys give me a second. I have to let the nurse know. I have to go. 2 seconds, you guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, you guys. Had to do a few things. Okay, now I can do my happy clouds to get that done. Wait a second. Do you have to go to work today? Well, anyways, yeah, gonna work on our happy clouds. But yeah, what I was saying with the Monben. Hold on, let me check my messages. Monben. Yeah, I find that very inspiring. The Monben episodes. Um, and sometimes it'll kick me out of my funk. Sometimes, like I'll watch an episode while I'm drawing, and then when I feel kind of like down and I'm watching it, then it's just like it kind of lifts me up to get back into the groove. Even though you have the discipline and all that stuff, it's something about it. Sometimes you're human. You have things that go on, and you're just like, I need a kick in the ass to get up and do stuff. Let's see. But yeah, this gray ink right here is fucking amazing. If you guys can't see it really, but it's like very faint. But I'm using it for the clouds and stuff. And it's freaking awesome. So through this whole art journey, I'm just trying to learn to be, yeah, you can be humble and all, but every day you're being tested in some way or whatever. Doesn't matter what you're doing. And you just got to be strong and just stand on top of things. Oh shit, sorry. Manben is a treasure. What is going on, Stephen Wings? I had to refresh my thing. Fuck being humble. Oh, so you're using gray ink. I'm taking some techniques from you and telling my pictures black water coloring to get some depth. Yeah, I'm using like gray ink, um, because I want, yeah, and you can also use it for shading your characters too. So I like the effects of it because the thing is, like, I was doing my clouds and stuff, but I want this day to be like kind of a bright sunny day, cloudy, bright sunny day, but it's like the wind's blowing, and I didn't want to use the straight black ink to do the sky because then it'll look like almost like a nighttime sky. So I was like, well, how can I? So I was like, water down my ink a bit, and say, yeah, let me try this out, and I fucking love it. I fucking love it a lot. I love it a lot. It's very subtle, but that little subtleness can really bring out stuff, like really bring it out, make it pop, make these happy clouds pop. As Bob Ross would say, let's make some happy clouds. Yeah, it's always good to be humble. I mean, we're human. I ain't gonna lie, I get my days. Some days I'll talk shit, be mad as fuck, or I'm gonna lie to you and say, no, okay, everything's fine. I'm gonna lie to you and tell you how I feel. I get it's good to turn the paper, like I always stress and say. Turn the paper so you can have a better work. So you're not working against your wrist and all that. Then we can add our details to our clouds. Right now, I'm just doing the outlines of the clouds to kind of work around it, and then I'll go back over in my clouds and then like start adding details to them. It's one thing I always like is staring at clouds. I like looking at clouds. Studying them and all that stuff. Uh, the colors. I love it when the sun is going down and there's like a dark cloud of it's like how the light hits. Oh, hold on. Yeah, like how I'm doing right now. Great pose on that horse. That ain't easy to draw. I actually freestyled it here on. Just went ahead, just penciled her together. And use your shoulder when drawing too. Yes, she's a centaur angel. Yes. Yeah, use your shoulder. Don't do this with your wrist. So I do use my shoulder. I don't ever flick my wrist because then you won't have straight lines like that. So if I'm using my wrist to do this, this line would have been like freaking crooked as hell. But I'm using my elbow to my shoulder, kind of shoulder to elbow thing, like swinging a sword. Not quite, but yeah. You can use a ruler too. That'll help. I ain't got the patience right now for that. For this. But yeah, she's sort of like a centaur angel, yes. Even the word angel, like, what they don't even call themselves that. G-Pad ASMR is the best. Yeah, the scratchy sounds. I wonder if they got chalkboard ASMR. Someone like scratching their nails on a chalkboard. That would be irritating as hell. Torturous. Yeah. Sound of the nib on the paper. It's like one things I like as well. It's like the blacksmith on Godo on Berserk. How he liked the sparks. I don't know why I do it. I just do it because of the sparks. I do art because it gives me a peace of mind. Gives me some sense of reality, some sense of grounding myself from this crazy world. Just so detached. This is like one of the things I can come to feel something. Fun fact. Angel in Hebrew means messenger of God. Huh. Hmm. I didn't know that. I might have heard that a long time ago in church, but I did not. I didn't know that. No. It's just the same with the company. The name just kind of stuck out. I don't know, and I like the name, the play of words and stuff, and on top of that, like starting this company helped me, or even doing this helped me come out of who I used to be and actually go. I mean, I wanted to be better than what I was as a person and all that stuff. And doing this was kind of like that revival of that, kind of like you do this so you can redeem yourself from your own shit, just I don't know, it's just kind of in a rut. And now I know what I want, what I've always been doing art and doing this, but it's like one of those things like there's more to it than just the art, you know. There's other things behind the scene. I have people tell me, "Hey man, you're doing it all wrong, man. You're doing it." I don't care. At the end of the day, you're doing what you're doing, and you forgot everything what I'm doing. So what does it matter? Okay, we got our happy clouds. We're gonna let them just dry up a little bit. Then I'm just gonna go back over and hit them with the details. What is going on, art enjoyer? Hey, I'm not going back to school for lunch. Then you must stay home and you can watch a stream. I would be shy, well, yeah, kinda. Yeah, art is spiritual. I agree 1,000,000% on that. It's something from the inside, the out, and all that stuff. There's just, I hear other artists, hey, about the money, there's sales and stuff, but to me, yeah, all that's cool, whatever. But I'm like the guy that wrote The Crow, like that's where I feel like where I'm at. Like how the guy who wrote The Crow, he put all his energy, his spiritual energy, all his being, and all his tragedy, all that stuff in that book, in his story because he believed in it. And I see other creators, like yeah, they do their stuff, but I creators that are on that level, that deep. I would say, oh well, he's doing that, but I'm just like, I always want to see who's like really crossing over, but beyond the imagery and all that, like who's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make words of it. So the Manben episodes with the mangaka who did Akira said creating is alchemy. Yeah, totally. Yes. It is because we're like I don't use AI. I don't use assets. Like like right now we're being kind of taken from that. Like our people's imaginations. It's like oh well AI can you just put the up whatever. But at the same time it's like you have an imagination. It's like use it, damn it. Um, and you have to get this stuff from somewhere, like another world, like something. It's coming from somewhere, and you just put it on paper. Believe in yourself and your journey. Everything else is irrelevant. Yeah. They won't say, hey, man, you're doing it wrong. Your page size is wrong. You're doing it wrong, man. You ain't following the fucking formula. Guess what? Fuck you. I'm doing my shit. Sorry about that, you guys, but I just express myself through art like that. That's how I feel, truly feel. I just need to get it out, just put it out there. The story behind The Crow is incredible. It is. Like everything that guy went through, his struggle, his pain, the woman he loved, all that stuff, and how she was just taken from him, like how all that went down. It was so tragic. And I believe in some ways, like him doing that book kept him alive, like kept him going. That's how I feel about my work. This stuff, it keeps me going. It keeps me alive. It gives me some sense of, hey, we're not on this dead planet living with, there's more to it than this, you know? I always question that. I know I get little tangents about that. The writer of Alchemist, he wrote it in 2 weeks because it was a story from his soul. He just needed to put it on paper. Yeah. Yeah, I totally fucking agree with that. Yeah, you make your own formula. You are the alchemist. You're like the wizard of your world, you know? I can't go in your world and be like, okay, this needs to be like that, that, this. I don't know what your soul, what your mind's thinking. I don't know your experiences. I can suggest and assume, but outside of that, it's you, man. What kind of story are you writing? Kind of, or what do you need to express within your soul? I have some people, I know they're like, I don't believe in souls. I don't believe in conscience and all that. You know, kind of dead inside. I don't go too far deep into that with them. But I'll make suggestions and see where they go with it. And sometimes some people are just zombies and dead. So not all, bro. You're just passionate, so let it out. Yeah, right. Way to make art. Yeah. Never be afraid to show your love for your passion. Yeah, like because if you're holding back, you're not expressing yourself where you're supposed to just stay quiet and shut up and let the world just run all over you. No, fuck that. I have something to say. I have a message. There's something I need to put out. Rich or broke, whatever, I'm still putting this book out. These books. I can be long dead. Volume 35 be out for 10 years and I'm gone. And then somewhere in the future, someone will pick it up and be like, dude, it happens because we live in a plastic world. And on top of that, we gotta just keep showing up. Just keep showing up, put it out there, regardless. Just do it. On some real shit, if I had a bunch of material and I was in a log cabin in the woods and I had everything I needed, I would work on this book and just work on art and stuff. Just get lost in it. I believe in souls. So do I. I believe we are more than just this flesh and blood. We're more to it than that. Our consciousness is deeper than what we're told to believe and what they tell us. I think a soul's missing is something that is cultivated through this life. Yeah. It's like I mean you come in here, yeah. It's another thing, like how many times I don't know if reincarnation is there or not, but how many times have you been here? How many times have you ever had deja vu before? You're like, dude, it's like the Matrix. It's like what do we know? What is it that we don't know that they don't tell us? Or what is it that we don't know here in this plane, this life, this thing called planet Earth? What is it that we don't know beyond, you know, all that? The people who say there's a right and wrong way to do this, I want to see what they make. Yeah, it's a good idea. Not a bad idea, actually. Never. I mean, we have morals as well. Like if someone's, was I mean, if someone does things like heinous, and I don't want to say it out like that, then and they're like, well, I thought it was okay. I killed a few people. It's all right. I did this to this person. It's okay. In their head, they might think they're morally right. But that's the thing too. That's where we come in. We're like, yeah, there's good and bad, I guess, and yeah, there is, but it is what it is. There's in our physical, like our human nature, we do judge things. And we're like, oh, that's good and bad. But in a universe, the universe says whatever. If you demand it and you want it, you will get what you want. It's like the universe doesn't care. It listens. That's why they say bad people always get everything. It's not so much that they're bad, they know what they want and they're very direct on what they want. And you too can do the same thing. Dude, you gotta go read Under God. Yes, definitely. You guys, yeah, let me go ahead and chill for a second. you guys get a chance, check out Under God Volume 1 and 2. You can get your physical copy at over 250 pages. Well, 250 pages, yeah. And same with Volume 2. Well, it's 278 pages on that. But, anyways, you can go to angelsofrenaissance.com and get you a physical book, or also get you digital copies as well. And thank you so much, Joker, for putting the link in there. Come join Sevens in October as they traverse the world of Primera and they deal with Bellomo and his cannibal religion. So there's more to it than that, but yeah, come check out Under God. And oh yeah, 18 and up, y'all. So keep that in mind. So every bit helps. Thank you so much. Oh, and another thing, there's paintings available on the site too. So thank you. And thank you, Joker. Probably been here many times. Yeah, probably have. Morality is subjective. I killed a few people. Well, it's good to have like, it's like one of those things. Well, it's like yeah, but you know when something's wrong. Like, well, that guy did this to this person, and I'll be like, like some I don't want to say what it is, but let's say some bad shit, and they're like, well, I thought it was okay. Well, I don't think that was all right. But as humans, we do have that sense of, because you understand what it's like to go without food or no sleep or none of that. It's like a whole, like, a universal thing. Everyone understands hunger and pain and all that stuff, and we just kind of we throw our morals out there in some ways, kind of like, because we understand what it's like to go hungry or not to eat or to be hurt, and all that stuff. Um, well, he says morality is subjective, and Joker says morality is objective. But yeah, study a lot of ancient readings, ancient stuff, the ancient text. Um, I'm fascinated with how the world was, um, also how we became as humans. Uh, I don't know. I find it all very interesting, and perhaps we are the species of amnesia. We don't know our past. Species with amnesia. So, do you think there is an objective reality? I mean, hmm, I'm probably sure the 1% has one, where they'll probably put all where they have like a machine body, and they'll put all our consciousness in their machine body, and then they're like the Matrix thing. So there could be that objective, that object, that objective that they're trying to reach, and everything just goes out the window. What is the end game of this all? Oops, I missed the spot. Because people know right from wrong, but they chose to do wrong simply to indulge in their own heder- hedonism. Hedonism, yeah. I mean, it's like even I was watching some skirmishes, like Ukraine and stuff in Sudan and the shit that's going on in Africa and all that stuff, and it just so sad that we do that, that the people do that shit to each other, and that what humans do to each other. Very sad. But when these skirmishes and these battles and stuff, sometimes it brings out the worst of the worst people. Some people like to be agents of chaos, like literally, like they thrive on that. Okay, we can go ahead and ink wash this a bit. I feel there could be more to this. Really feel it. Fucking push this. I'm gonna let this dry a bit and then I'll, because I don't. This is me being hard on myself right now. Yeah, we're gonna push that. This is like yeah, it's just crazy. The world we live in. Can Illyria see in the dark? I don't. I don't think so. That's one of those things I didn't even think about for her to have, but she's definitely nature orientated kind of thing. What is going on, Coco? On Gelzella? I'll just say Coco. How are you doing, Coco? But no, she. I didn't know if. Yeah, she won't be able to see in the dark. Um, she's just got dark alien eyes. Her eyes are kind of inspired by the tall from the gray aliens. So the most powerful thing with art is that it declares that you are here and have a conscience, that you are a unique one of kind existence. Mm. Yeah, it's like your fingerprint. It's what you. Yeah, it is your finger. It is your footmark. It is your conscience. It is that. It's that very thing. It's like we can all be drawing the same thing, but we all have that different conscience. Where our conscience is like the stars in the universe. We all like individually, and we all have our own kind of thing. But unless you're thwarted and you believe what they tell you to believe, or to be how you need to be to run in this world, then you can. Sometimes some people lose their conscience, and they just kind of, what do they call them? Drone. They just drone. For humans to do horrible things to others is a process of stripping that humanity from another. Yeah, it is. It's when people do that, they like take, yeah, physically, mentally, try to leave them soulless, and they just leave them at that. And at the end of the day, like they feel happy about that, like justify that the act that they've done is okay. Like I was watching the thing in Sudan, like adults killing children. Like a woman of 4 kids was murdered in cold blood, and that really did not set right with me. I did not like that at all. That was not cool, and it sucks that people can be monsters like that. Not even think about what she was going through or her kids. Just said no, just get rid of them, just end it. It's just so shitty. It's not right. Just how people can be to each other and just like literally be demons. But in their minds, it's like it's like they're like almost like soulless, no conscience, just getting a paycheck. Oh, what's it gonna cost to get this paycheck? Oh, you're gonna have to kill some kids and kill some innocent people. How's that? Oh, okay, sign me up. Don't understand that. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying the deep talks and stuff. Kind of helps get out of we're not talking about the indie space and all that stuff. In some way, I'm kind of talking about that. I'd rather just talk about more important. I mean, what we're doing it is important, but to me, I feel like art and all this stuff's deeper than that. Yeah, demons. They're demons, and then they're not thinking about the long. A lot. They're not thinking about long term. They're only just thinking short term. Like, do you even think about what your conscience and all that stuff? Like, can you sleep at night, like knowing you did what you did? But some people they have that, like, yeah, I can sleep at night. It's okay. That's the kind of mindset they have. It's just that it's easy to be evil. It's easy to be bad. It's very easy to have, and I would say morals. It's harder. Fun fact: the Belgian Accord, which was the process of cutting Africa up like a cake for the colonizing powers, needed to delegate for 2 days to come up with a justification for their imperialism. Yeah, like the people have they're there, and you're gonna come in and say, okay, well, we're gonna dictate how you do now, and if you don't listen, then we'll just take it from you. That's probably why aliens don't really mess with the human species like that, because they know what we're like. Oh, they're doing that shit to each other down there. Fuck landing there. We'll come back in 500 years. We'll see what they're doing. See if they're the same. They probably have those conversations. There's only so much you can talk about indie. Then it gets to the point where it feels like you're running in circles. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I've noticed. It's just one of those things. Africa is a fascinating place. Such intense alchemy going down out there. It is. There's just so much stuff going on over there. Like even all over the world right now. The world is hurting, and um, I don't know. You think people that are responsible, that are in power and stuff, would be responsible, but it's like, nah. Hire these people and go clean this place out. Uh, Harming innocent people, like there's nothing good about that. Religion, I have to say, I mean, you can be religious, but when I always have a problem when someone says, well, they weren't born of this and that, and therefore, they're born and God would smite them and this and that. I'm like, well, that's not right. Sounds more human than a God. And it's like one of those things that, I used to go to church myself, and I've had people in church who are like, they wouldn't even look at you because you're below them. It's like, how dare you fucking look at me, man? In the house of God, don't fucking come towards me looking like that. Oh, you haven't been on vacation yet? You can't. You don't have nothing bougie. You don't have nice cars and all that. Well, you can't. You can't be with me. God only provides for those that yeah. And to me, a lot of times it just feels like an insurance thing when they go to church. It's like, hey God, you see me in the aisle down there on the third aisle on the fourth pew down there. I was there. It's like an insurance thing. But when they leave the doors, leave the church, they're shitty ass people. Like, wouldn't piss on you if he was on fire. It's just from experience. But talking about art never gets old. I agree. At the end of the day, they came up with the excuse they needed to spread Christianity to these people, and that was the justification to go into Africa and pillage everything. Yeah, that goes not everywhere in the world. Anything, just that greed, material, all that stuff. Uh, like consumers, people needing the demands of things, and then that's when people invade and go into other places and stuff. It's like a land grab. It's like stuff that's going on over. There's always some problem going on, and then there's people that say, yeah, where some people, and it's funny. I was listening. It's not funny, but some people feel like other people are animals in human skin. Like they actually think like that. That's taught. Yeah, well, they're not true Christians because the things they are doing is just against the teachings of Jesus. Yeah, when you got to go in, like that's here's another thing. People will use certain like religions or anything to get in, and in their reality, they don't care about the religion. They don't care about the teachings and everything that stands behind it. To mold someone to get them while they're weak. The main pillar behind Abrahamic religions is the idea there is an objective reality or essential single reality that we all must conform to. Mm, I guess that's where the Ten Commandments kind of come in. Almost like it's like the basic stuff. I mean, in that religion. Um, hmm. But yeah, but when they're like, hey, well, we got to smite these people and that, then I have an issue with that. Instead of trying, man, I just find it fascinating that their consciousness wouldn't allow them to go in and pillage. They needed a brain puzzle to dehumanize. Yeah, they needed. That's the thing. Like, wouldn't that the teachings and all that be like, whoa, wait a minute, you're telling me to go in here and fuck all these people up? That's going against what I believe. But instead, it's like, oh, well, you go here, fuck all these people up, because you believe this. And, some people are like, yeah, I believe this, and we are this and that, and, these people are animals, and let's go in there and wipe them out. Because it doesn't matter, because we're killing in that. Um, yeah, and let's not forget that those stupid ideas killed Jesus. Yeah. So, you know, and here we are dealing with these problems in the past, and now, we're here. And that's why God said that not everyone who says the Lord and is Lord of all lords will make it to heaven. Mm, true. But you guys, like, I know we get into these little tangents, these little rants and stuff, but it's just something to look at. Something it just kind of eats at me. sometimes, some of the stuff I've seen and watched, and I just like, you think like, man, you think people would have been better than that, like would have made morally right decisions, you know. Um, and that's why I got to that. Okay, but again, it goes back to art. I love how manga is an outlet for a lot of these problems in Japan. Yeah, like doing this is an outlet, for myself as well. It's oh, thank you. It's one of those things where, you know, if I need to express myself, art is the way. Painting, art, whatever. Oh, thank you. Thanks. And yeah. And art, I always say art is therapy. And like even doing this manga stuff right here, everything I deal with on this planet, like things I deal with, all my own personal, it ends up in my work in a subtle way. Tanya, I think you mean conversation? Yeah, it's a conversation. Yes. It is the best therapy. I agree. Okay. Um, I'm gonna hand you the jack. Okay. I mean, if you have all the stuff, do you have the lights and stuff? I mean, if you get it, I mean, we'll figure it out. I can put the lights in for you or whatever. I can jack up your car and find out how to do it. It is. I worked on cars in colder weather than this. So just let me know you get the lights and stuff, and I'll look into how to fix it in your vehicle. Okay, saying because that's just too fucking much. Yeah, it ain't worth it. So just yeah, and I'll get my jack and all that, and I'll fix it for you. I have his jack.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I have it.
His war jack?
Yeah, I have it.
What do you need for it?
Oil. I have that too.
Oh, you have it?
So one day we're gonna pick a day to do it out here and just do it.
Okay. All right. What do you need anything else?
I should be fine.
Okay. All right. I will give Daddy a hug.
Yeah.
But everybody in my home.
It's not so hot.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, he's not. Then just say hello to him at the door then.
Hey, but yeah, when I give you a hug too, but yeah,
Alright.
that is the home that's sick.
Well, just get home, get some rest, please.
Oh,
Yeah. Hold on, you guys. You need this. Yeah. And I'll work on the vehicle. Probably this weekend. If that's okay. Or so whenever this
when
week.
it's nicer.
When it's nice. I don't care if it's cold. I got gloves, coat. I'm done. Like I said, worked out work.
Okay. I need to get it done
Just
ASAP before I get a ticket.
get a light. As soon as you get your light, you let me know. We'll get that. Okay.
All right. Well,
Love you.
I know you too. What I'm going to do is, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go, our
Okay. Yeah, that's where they go.
I love you.
I love you too. All right. Be careful now.
Hi, Dad.
I'm back, you guys. Sorry about that. I got a jacket and gloves, so I don't care about the cold. Yeah. I laugh at the cold somewhat, but it gets pretty cold here in Ohio. Like cold. It gets what do I say, chilly, and not the good kind of chilly where where you bring a bowl. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I got mixed up in my words, but we can do that. All right, you have a good one. Let, I love you too. Let me know when you get it.
Okay.
So, let's see, where are we at? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to be putting my personal life in online. Just people showed up. His sister showed up. Let's see. Freeze my elbows off type of cold. Yeah, it does get cold. Sometimes you gotta put that piece of cardboard down there. It's like I have one of those back roller things to work on underneath the vehicle, but um, on a rocky driveway, it's not working like that. So flat piece of cardboard. I just gotta install a light. That's all. But it's dumb how they do it in these vehicles where you have to pull off the wheel and then go underneath and like put the light in. It's like instead of lifting the hood and then placing light in there, which it's like a design to where like they design things like that so you have to go to the dealership or wherever you got your vehicle to get it done, which will cost an arm and a leg and a soul. Cost a soul and another arm and a leg. So Friday, you guys, I'm gonna be doing a podcast stream with Mason Masonimus. If you guys get a chance, so we'll be doing that Friday, and he's the author of Purgatory Academy. So so yeah, we're gonna, well, I'll help in a way, just help build this community with other creators, in some way. But whoever is, wants to mess with you, kind of thing. So that's where I'm at. And this creator reached out, and I'm like, hell yeah, dude, let's do it. No negativity over here on that. So keep things positive. Yeah, they are very, because of the designers. They make them to where you can't work on the vehicles yourself. It's like they're trying to get rid of the whole human element and say no. And then I bet, and I hate to say it, knock on wood, but they're gonna probably say, hey, no more self. You have to have a self-driving electronic car, and they're gonna get rid of the old vehicles. I can see them pushing that. It's like the whole digital ID and the digital money that I'm pretty sure that we're going to end up having that sometime soon, unfortunately. It's like control, total control. It's about almost happy 420, you guys. I'm about to have me a little coffee break, and I'll have to roll me up some coffee and put some espresso in that coffee, and then go ahead and do my thing. What is his YouTube so I can check on him? Masonimus, Mason Onimus. I'll put it up. I'll put it up on the thing. I'll behave. I'm an angel. Thank you. Yeah, I feel it would happen. Like they're gonna give us digital money. They're gonna this. I'm just theorizing, and all theories can be proven wrong. I'm thinking they're gonna have we're gonna have a bunch of broke people, and then they're gonna introduce the digital ID or digital income thing, like money, and they're gonna probably the people are freaking broke. They're gonna give them like a little credit cut, like okay, here's like I don't know, here's 500, 600 digital dollars. So now they're like integrated in the system, kind of thing, So they're kind of working things. Roll me up some coffee. Yeah, we gotta think, keep things. So Yeah, I'm about to roll me up some coffee. Give me a second. Hmm. Make sure because she's twisting her hip, her arm. She's got four arms too, and make sure she's looking good. But I feel like we're leaning towards that way. Unfortunately, we are. Enjoy it while we can right now. I don't know what their end game like. Why are they doing this? The movie Wally predicted our future so well. Fuck yeah, it did. I fucking love that movie. Excuse the language, but I love that fucking movie. It tells a lot of our collapse in society and everything, and how we've become so lenient, or not lenient, but so domesticated. Yeah, I like smoked coffee. Should try it sometime. Overweight, flying around in hover chairs is our little smart cities. Yeah, and I think that's another thing. We're gonna have minute cities. We're gonna have we're gonna be like in Undergod actually. In That's funny. In Undergod, everyone lives in city centers. There's people that live in these like kind of like minute cities in this manga, and they're like kind of dumbed down. Like they're not told of what's outside of the walls, and you can leave whenever you want. That's the thing too, and that's when some people become like major cannibals and all that. But yeah, in this book, yeah, like Sevens, he lived in a city center, and the city center is pretty much like world's population condensed in these smaller like cities all over the world. And then in between those minute cities or those city centers, there's like wildlife in the ruins of the old civilization. So yeah, I like the collaborations with indie creators. Um, One indie creator collaborate, like martial arts is one. Yoshi, I've actually asked him to do an ad for my book for Undergod, and for a few other creators as well. Who else? Who else we got? Who else we got? Mason, yeah. I asked him to put an ad in my book as well. So other creators, I'm gonna start reaching out and say, hey, you want to jump on this? You want to put an ad in? So that's who I'm gonna be reaching out. Start expanding, making things happen like that. Excuse my language. I fucking love that movie. Yeah, so cool. That's in Undergrad. Yeah, I mean there's a lot of conspiracies. That's the thing. This adventure is a conspiracy, and that's one thing I keep forgetting to talk about. There's a conspiracy on why their world is the way it is. How come things turn out the way they live? Why does Sevens live in a city center? Why does she have a tail? She's half dragon, by the way. And it's like one of those things. Like why? So, and I like that. I love the whole conspiracy thing that's going on in their world. For some, I was listening to a creator. Yeah, you can have detail. I like to pump my books with detail. It's just my, I guess, OCD. It's just me, whatever. But I do put expressions on their faces, so you can have awesome rendered backgrounds as well. Not to toot my damn horn, but you can also have facial expressions while doing rendered stuff. So, yeah, you can have that. And just because you have rendered backgrounds and you go all out doesn't mean, oh well, let's skip the face expressions. And I'm not trying to knock the creator, none. It's just just something. It does happen where I've seen stuff where it's well drawn or whatever, and the dude's only got like one face. That's it, deadpan look throughout the whole fucking book. Them, I like having expressions. I like things to feel alive, not dead. You know? Yeah, if you want to know more, get your copy of Undergod. And this is volume one, by the way, showing you guys what's going on in it. Just October's really hurt. This is this dream she has. Give an idea. She always wanted to be a part of something, be part of her family. And I'll just say this. And in some ways, she falls asleep. I always like this part in this book. She falls asleep and she goes in this dream, like this whole this part, and to slip into the dream, and she's in a field of flowers, and she says, "This place, I remember this. It's a good place at a time." But it's the contents of what happens in the place, you know. So yeah, everything's hand drawn, rendered, yeah. But this is where the expression, all that stuff comes in. You know, it's just not like, oh, let's go to our next task. There's things happening, you know. She's looking, she sees some people in the distance, and she's trying to run up to them, and she knows it's her family. She tells them to slow down, like wait on her, but they leave her, you know, always in that dream or wherever in her life, and it just affected her on a personal level, on a deeper level. And she's like, I can catch up. Just wait for me, please. You know, just screaming out. She's running to him. She just can't catch up. And she's like, she falls into the flowers and just. And this is the part I like is when she falls into the flowers and like puts her head down, and then it transitions to this, to where she's asleep, and the clothes she's wearing is from the clothes in her dream, and then when she wakes up, she's wearing the clothes that she's wearing when she went to sleep. So it's like one of those things. Like I always like the build up to a lot of this stuff, you know, just the you know story and art, all that stuff. Yeah, they go hand in hand. They're just one of those things. It's you can have awesome rendered backgrounds, all that stuff, but it's good to have expressions. Like this guy, he's about to get fucking eaten. If I gave him a deadpan face and he's about to get eaten, it just would not look right, you know. Messing with our genes, cloning, and exploring our chimerism is going to be a big thing in the near future. Cool that your character has, yeah, exactly, and they do talk about that, the chimeric infusions and everything, and even like dragons and all that stuff. They're going to talk about. This is what my book is a conspiracy book in their world. Thank you, Medigen. So, like, this is this is where we're at, and honey, start running. Start run. Our daughter is trying to catch up. Good thing I used to run track. Our daughter, yeah. But her sisters are she's the only one with a dragon tail. And she's no thank you, Steven. She's got the dragon tail, but her sisters have wings. They have angel wings. And they refused. And, you know, well, I can't get too much on that now. But in Volume 2, she talks about it a bit. About their fusions. Kind of like how they are the way they are. They're almost like, you know, like a when a country creates a nuclear bomb and stuff, and they're like very proud of it. They're almost like something like that. Even the fighting, the monsters, the monster in this one, yeah, big monster. He's like crazy. But see, this guy, there's gonna be like an origins of where he came from and where he was at. There's a reason for this, and it's gonna be so subtle in the future volume on what happens. Then you guys will go back to volume 1 and be like, oh, okay, that's who the fuck that is. That's what that is. Oh, this guy gets eaten up. He gets eaten up because he got grabbed by a stupid haircut, and the monster like decided to chomp him. And he freaking smashes down on him like smash. His buddy's trying to run away, and now he's being chased by this thing. I like that design. He was pretty creepy looking, especially when he showed up here. Yeah, I always like that. Hey, you guys. Be right back. Actually, you know what? I think we had a great day today. We did pretty well. But other than that, I'll be back on at 8:30 tonight. 8:30, 9 o'clock. Well, I'm gonna shoot for 8:30. But thank you guys so much for everything and stopping by. And I enjoyed the conversation this morning. And this that was fun. That was cool. Um, but you guys have a great night or a great morning, and I will see you in a few hours. All right. And thank you guys again. Um, so in the meantime, you guys check out Under God Volume One. I gotta go help. I gotta go help my dad out real quick. Sorry. Um, so you guys go check it out. Under God Volume One and Two. Volume Three will be on its way as well, and we're working. I'm working on getting the physicals for Volume Two as soon as I can. So yes, and you guys all have a blessed day, and thank you again. And y'all, yeah, you guys take care. All right. So 8:30 tonight. Be there or be square. And yes, stay safe. Thank you. All right, you guys. I'll see you tonight.